I have a question, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in a lot of ghosts.
Well, I have a surprise for you.
What surprise do you have?
We've got a ghost on the podcast.
We got a ghost on the podcast!
Welcome back.
Welcome back! Aiwa, podcast ya Mkura. We have our first ghost.
Featuring the one and only
Kicking over. So our ghost, he told us to say that.
We're trying to be discreet.
Yeah, we're trying to be
keeping it professional.
You know, because so for those people that say, "Hi, did you come here?" We have a ghost. But she's a beautiful ghost. Huh?
Nah, I like the view from this side.
How are you, ghost lady?
Thank you for having me, and I am well, thank you.
Oh, I am well, thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on the podcast, Kicking Over.
Yeah, and this is good because our ghost has an accent, especially for the topic.
Sounds like a Brit.
Yeah, but for the topic. Hey, do you think private school kids don't have like a hustle mentality?
Depends on their parents, personally. But generally, I would say yes.
You think they
the
have?
Majority of them, they don't have the hustle mentality.
Or as in like, you know, the hustle, when I'm saying like Zimbabwean type of economy hustle mentality.
Yeah, they don't.
Why? It's like from your view.
Well, the hustle mentality comes from if you don't act, you're not gonna eat. So there are consequences if you don't hustle. Speaking from my side of the world.
Oh, okay.
So on the other side of the world, you can be lazy, you can chill, and everything works out at the end of the day. So majority of them do not have, but I wouldn't say specifically as an individual, but more of how they were raised. So if the parents raised them in the way where these are my things, they are not yours, then they have an advantage. They can capitalize on the little they have.
Okay.
But if they don't have that, then the bunch of big babies.
Ghosting, bunch of big babies. You know, I'm from the private school thought. As before we get Ghosty is like, hey, I'm ready.
She's ready for me.
She's like, hey, me right to pin it. But wait, just 1 second. I just wanted to get that one out there. So yo, what's good? What's ready? What's poppin'? Welcome back to the Sicology podcast.
It's another one.
We're chilling with the boys. Before we get into the nitty-gritties, of course, Tutanga Tambo advertiser, Illuminate Multimedia, featuring the CEO himself,
the one and only.
CEO, what do we have here? What are these things that we offer at our establishment?
I'm so in love with the podcast that I want to talk about Illuminate Multimedia today. But basically, we do everything with printing, designing, and signage. We also customize your phone pouches. So if you want a custom phone pouch, we're the plug. But anyways, let's hop back to the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's keep it short.
That was a good. All right. I really like that. So, okay. CEO, bad 2 minutes pa ningedu. Oh, I'm scuba.
No, I've already.
Oh, my deal. Shout out CEO. CEO arenga marongega.
Okay.
So anyways, today we're talking about that topic that's always, especially on Twitter, on what? The private school versus government school people, should I say. It's and the reason why I wanted to talk about this. So right now this is what, the 12th of April 2026. This week there was a video that was trending of this guy Nzani Denzo na Melo. I don't know for Zimbabweans, you know him. And the way he was speaking to a lot of people, like, he learned at government school. So he's like, hey, you're not special. Just because you learned at a private school, we're now the same time. Blah, blah, blah. But then I have to give context. As someone who does podcasts and clips people.
We want to clip you today. Yeah, wait and see.
Before that, the clip that people showed, to be fair.
Okay.
Meloshi was also kind of like, you know, he pronounces the word and then She's like, pronounce it like this. You know, nenge kakudem.
Okay.
Those are right. But people were saying, why is this guy so bitter? But I wanted to talk about that topic because, it seems like it's a topic, can answer even relationships, not just relationships, like romantic relationships, but like just normal.
How we work together, how we view each other.
This guy learned at chi. So I was even asking you, can I get with the government? Private school kids, they don't have grit. And then if maybe a private school kids, these people, they don't know how to live a good life. They always just want to suffer. You see.
I hear you.
So, Ghosty, kicking over. Let me start with you. What do you think generally makes the whole private school, government school thing a thing to begin with? Like, why is it a thing? Why is there like, should I say beef for a lack of better term?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. So, here's how I see things. And bear in mind, this is my perspective. Let's start at the very beginning. It did not start as a private school versus government school thing. It has always been the have-nots and the haves.
Okay.
Whoa, that's gonna be an interesting one.
I'm listening. Let's go on.
So generally, there's always conversation between those that have and those that don't have. And usually the ones that don't have a tendency of, for lack of a better word, over exaggerating when someone has something. So for instance, I could come to school in a GD6 and you're possibly in a Honda Fit, right? And you want to make that person feel bad for what they have just because you don't have. So that's how I see it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with staying in your lane and thriving in your lane. Yes, statistics show that those in private schools, not everyone has thrived in that part, and those in government schools have changed the narrative. So it shouldn't be something that we're all like, okay, fine, just because you went to a private school, you are privileged. It doesn't always happen like that.
Alright.
I know I've unpacked a lot.
Hey, alright.
So close the entire podcast. Like now, what I'm going to talk about, but anyways, go ahead.
So basically, she's talking about background.
Yes,
That's what you're
background,
saying.
yeah.
Kuti background, yeah, cool. What was your background like?
Very basic.
Basic. What's basic?
Very basic. Without giving too much information.
Because they don't know.
My investigate.
We don't need anyone investigating. But bottom line is, I didn't struggle for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't struggle for anything.
Like food was there.
Yes.
School, you knew teachers were there.
Yes.
Like basically you're good.
Yeah, carrot sticks in your lunchbox. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think about the other side? So the ones that are the not haves.
Yeah.
What did you think growing up?
About those people.
Even if it was like a perception that was put on you by parents or whatever, but like it could have been a transition as you growing up. But from growing up, what did you think? What was your what was your thoughts?
Fortunately, I was very privileged to have a mother who was very inclusive. So it was never a thing where you would look down upon someone, but instead you would act. So if someone doesn't have, always offer, always be that person to share in a manner that is still respectful to the person and doesn't strip them of their dignity.
Ooh. Quick question now.
Okay.
Yeah, now from your side, because of course I know you've been to both.
I've been to both.
Yeah, but take me back. I want the government side, the not have side.
Okay.
At some point, did you ever feel like these people, the ones that have, as she said, they kind of like feel themselves? Like, what was your experience?
Well, personally, I would say the thing about having is sometimes you actually don't think you have. So
okay.
for them, it's actually just normal. It's a way of life.
Like
so
you
the-
said, basic.
The way they carry themselves, like if they legitimately came from a gnarly background, they wouldn't show off or anything like that. It's just normal. I'm coming to school in a car, you know. But then the ones that I don't know how to describe them, but those that were broke, then had a better life later on. Then those had the tendency of showing off. You would actually see the difference of, okay, now this guy is dead. Now he has money. Now this guy is dead. He's probably in the government or something like that. But everyone else was quite normal and chill.
But do you think Kuti, let's say someone who didn't have, felt Kuti, you are not ku private, the ones that have, even if they don't feel like that, because I get what you're saying.
Okay.
But do you think that, should I say, a bulk of them thought, these people think they know it all?
I would not have a general comment on that. But
Or you don't have a general
I feel
comment?
like for my side, personally, it was just cool.
Or it was just cool? Because
There are differences in behaviors, like the way people carry themselves. Like you'd generally see that a person from private schools, they're a bit more composed, they're calm.
Yeah.
They're not in a hurry and they're not trying to prove a point. Whereas a person from a government school is always trying to prove a point. We have people coming out with 56 points, and majority of these people are from government school. Like, what are you trying to prove? Like, it's always survival mode. Survival of the fittest. That's the observation I made. But basically, on your question, I think it was more of just a normal vibe.
Do you think, okay, my next question would be, do you think those that come from that school of thought of having, i.e. the private school kids, have an advantage in life?
Well, it depends. On the academic side, I feel like it's the same. But more on the sports side, I feel like people from private schools have a bigger advantage. When it comes to sports, they have the facilities, they have the kits, they have the resources. If there's a place that needs to be gone, they can go. Whereas people from government schools, you go with your teachers, the teachers are eating the money for the students, and it's just crazy.
So do you think that government school kids feel like they're like excluded, so to speak, like from society?
Not at all. They make up society because they're the bulk, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Questions. What are you thinking about this?
I have so much to say, but I'll try and say it in a way that makes a lot of sense, and we are all on the same page at the end of the day. So, to go back to the question that you posed about whether children who come from the private school kind of background are privileged or not, whether they've got a head start.
Yeah.
Let me put it like this. Yes, they do have a head start. All right. Most of these schools offer what we call holistic education.
Okay.
Right? We cater for the academic, the one that's culturally inclined. So those are the people who sing, the creatives, the dancers, these people who aren't necessarily catered for within the government sector. They're catered for on the other side.
Like what he said.
Yes. And then you have the sporty people.
Yeah. The
Right?
rugby boys.
Exactly. So you find that
Falcon.
Oh! Name drop.
you just had to go there, okay? So you find that those that are coming from the private schools do have a head start because they have someone who's believing in them, regardless of the fact that 1 + 1 is not 2 for them at times, or 3 + 4 is not 7. I could get a 6,
Okay.
So they're well catered for. So in a way, they do have a head start because in this area, you're told that academics is not everything. Are they important? Yes, but it's not everything. You can still get to where you want to get to without getting the 15 points or the
56 points.
yes. Let's not even get started there on the 56. Like, how does one get? Anyways, my lips are sealed. So generally, yes, you do have a head start. Am I saying that those that are coming from the government school not make it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But like, you know what's going on right now?
Yeah.
Everyone is either tweeting or resharing a post about having connections,
Exact.
right?
Yeah. Connection.
So when you look at those coming from the private school, the moment I see a friend that I learned with, right, I'm going to link them with something or someone because I know they can provide this service,
Okay.
right? Whereas those coming from the government usually just want to prove a point that, okay, you went to a private school, you think you're better than us, but in reality, I'm making more money than you. And it ceases to
exactly.
be. Let me put it like this. Private school are concerned about generational wealth, right?
Yes.
Government, new money. I've made it. I need to show you that I've made it. Private, we're quiet.
Obvious.
So in the process of trying to prove that I've made it, despite the fact that I did not go to a private school, you lose the plot, and then years down the line, someone is no longer as what do we say nowadays? People are quick to say appear,
Okay.
right? Because they didn't nurture that money, put it somewhere so that the children can then continue whatever it is that they managed to get themselves away from. So yes, I do think that if you go to a private school, you do have a head start. I mean, look at the subjects that they teach there.
French.
No, but it's true. But what she's speaking, do you think there's a superiority and inferiority complex of either side?
Can I say that there are two sides to that?
Okay.
It's a yes and a no.
Okay.
Like Mr. CEO said. Yes. Like he rightfully
Mr.
said.
Yeah, let's go on.
I like it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Composure.
Yeah, composure.
Composure. I don't know government school private.
This is wild. Wild. But anyways, like you rightfully said, if you're coming from a private school, you're composed, right? And those that have, they know that they have, and there's no need for them to show you that they have it. And I think most of the time people misjudge or create unnecessary connotations just because someone has. You know,
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
you can be walking around with without dropping names.
But yeah, ghost, that's the positive thing.
Because we were like,
And if I was that side, I would be dropping some controversy at the moment. But hey, unfortunately, I can't be.
you can't.
Okay, so I'll give a clear example. All right. Usually the haves have got branded things, right?
Right, yeah.
Be it when you're at school,
Yeah.
junior school, high school, whatever
Yeah.
stage you're in, right?
Yeah.
You've got branded stuff, right? And they don't really fuss about it. So they could have the Versace, they could have the Gucci, and they're not bothered.
Buy it.
They're not bothered by it.
True.
It's the one that doesn't have now. They're saying, oh, you think you're better than us because you own a Gucci bag. And this child or this person is looking at you like, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Why?
Like, why are you fussing about this? Why are you fussing about this?
What's the problem?
Yes, this is something that I'm used to. So the problem only comes when someone now identifies that this person has, and because they're not making noise about it, it's irritating me.
True.
Yeah.
So that's where the complex thing comes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then now, it sort of transitions into do you think that government school people that come from that thought, do you think they have more grit and more resilience to then survive? Remember, that's what I was saying. They have more resilience to survive in a country like this one?
Okay.
Basically, the assumption is we have things are there, like you said, things are ready. But now, the way we're taught, at least I'm coming from that private school taught, it's like we're taught for corporate.
Okay.
You get a job, you get your everything's supposed to flow. But as we know, our economy doesn't like flow. Our economy is very informal.
Okay.
So do you now think they have way more like munaning about government? That's why they then become more resilient
Okay.
than private school.
Well, it's quite complex, but how do I simplify it? The grit, well, people from like I said in the beginning, when you need to eat, you can do, you are a bit more creative. When you are in the ghetto and you're trying to get out of there, you are a whole lot more creative. But there's something now that, well, an observation, new money can never compete with generational wealth. So sometimes they can, bro, please don't. Enough with the clips, bro. I need a reputation. I need to be seen as a good person.
No, but
But like, yeah, new money can never compete with generational wealth. So yes, you have the grit. Yes, you can move mountains. And yes, you usually end up way, way better than where you started off from. But the person from the private school, they're taught to maintain. So despite not having the grit, and if nothing crazy happens, like maybe they're robbed, I don't know, some type of crazy robot. I don't know how to describe it.
crazy robot.
It's more of just maintenance. So they generally do not need the grit at the end of the day.
But wait, I have to push back on that, bro. And Dutara from private school thought, I don't think that's true. But no, I think yes, generational wealth is more. Yeah. But I'm saying, Guti, in Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
I think someone who learned at government schools got an advantage over me, unless I'm using my nepotism. Guti, Ndapio Abasa, there.
What advantage do they have over you? Let's start there.
The grit of being able to hustle, bro. Being able to say, you know what, I don't mind kutoti ndingano
Alright.
kana kumkoba ndinotengesana madumasi. How many private school kids do you see doing that?
That's the
If
thing.
things
Then we'll go back to, you can't compare grit. You want the energy, right? So if you don't have a connection, you're just a battery, you're a Duracell. You're just containing energy. You need those people. You need a way where you can release that creativity. You need those connections. So you can never say they have an advantage over you. That's why I'm saying, unless something crazy happens to a point where they lose everything they have, then yeah, life is going to show them fire. But when that's where we say the exception doesn't make the rule. There's a very low possibility of that happening. Yeah. So they will always have, everyone at the private school, if they know how to use what they have, they'll always have an advantage.
I like that. What do you think? What do you think?
My mouth is full. All right, so I strongly agree with Mr. CEO. What he's saying, 110%. If this was a test, A-star.
Mapasa CEO.
Obvious. A student.
I think my question is more directed to you.
Yeah. Ask.
I need you to define grit.
Great. Okay, in Zimbabwean context. Remember I said in Zimbabwean context.
Yes, I need you to define it for me to answer you.
All right. In the Zimbabwean context, as I said, we live in a very informal economy.
Yeah.
At private schools, the way we were taught, we were taught in the formal way of going about things. But you find with maybe me getting a job, just a normal job, it's difficult. Even by just merit, so to speak. And you find that the people that are making the most money in Zim either in those sectors, maybe mining, agriculture, and so forth, or you manage kind of a boutique, shout out to the gossip boutique. Hey, I'm not saying anything.
I'm not involved with that one.
But you get what I'm saying, Goody? These are people. It's not like the most formal way of doing things, or you've got like Shane or something that you have to be doing something on the side, or like I said, maybe you're selling kanamadumasi per side, because if you're not doing that, you're likely not gonna like the normal salary for the average Zimbabwean starts from what 150 to 300. I'm talking about the average, not the upper. Talking about the average. They're making maybe $300, and that's obviously not enough. So you need to be hustling, have a business day, selling whatever beside blah 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 blah. In the Zimbabwean context, if it was in another country, I'm like, but in the Zimbabwean context, don't you think the government school guys have? Because when they were at government schools, I saw a video. I think it was King Gandoros. They were talking about Kuti. We were on survival mode, like you have to make it, because Kumba there's no. Like some of them don't even have a house to then go back. They were renting maybe their whole lives. And it's like, if we don't make it, mawan. Whereas the government, private school, even if I don't, there's always a house. My parents will send some form of money. You can be a 26, 27-year-old woman, even a guy, and their parents are still like, hey.
Get his money.
Yeah, did his money.
Okay, without bruising any egos, let me say this.
Oh, okay. Don't bruise.
All right. So what I got from you, you're talking about the 20% that attend private schools who possibly do not have generational wealth. Yeah. These are the new money people, right? If you look at the statistics, those that attended private schools, what are they doing right now? They're on farms, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. A cattle ranch.
Oh, ranch. You know that ranch?
Yes.
Farm, then wait a ranch.
All right. They're somewhere with the horses. That industry. So do you get where I'm going with this?
Okay. Yes.
Without
go deeper. Go deeper.
So what I'm trying to say is they don't need the grit. Allow me to finish. Allow me to finish. Because the grit you're describing to me is just being able to cope with the Zimbabwean economy.
Yeah.
But they don't need to. If they're coming from a background where there's generational wealth, count the number of private school kids that are still in Zimbabwe. They're not educated to stay in Zimbabwe. They may come back later on to just check on the businesses that their fathers or their mothers left for them. But they're not here.
Yeah. No, a good bulk are not.
Yeah. So the ones that are here,
Canada, whatever.
Yeah, the ones that are here are either running the business because mom, dad were like, no, son. It's your chance now. Run it now. So I get the seat. I call Mr. CEO. Hey, dog, confirm you have an MBA. Yeah. Come, let's work together. So they don't really need the grit. That's why I asked you to define what grit is for you. Yes, the economy is not great, but they have ways of going around it. And they will not let one of their own suffer. Because if I can be corrected, but I know one thing that private schools do well, and that is brotherhood.
Yeah.
They
that's
stick
true.
up for each other.
Oh yeah, as a former Saints poet, yeah.
They stick up for each other. And they will even pour back into the schools that raised them. So even if there's a child whose parents have passed on and things are not okay,
Yeah.
the old boys, the old girls will pull back into that place and make sure that their child completes their education. So already, they don't need the grits.
All right. So before I ask the question, I wanted to say I agree that there's brotherhood. There's a lot of people that I know, and a lot of people. Like, how do you know these guys? I learned to them in high school. I'm like, no, these are and primary. Like I'm like, these are people I've known, you know. So
Yes.
like the other day, actually, shout out. There's a guy I learned to at Saints. We were planning something like podcast related. He just hit me up like, oh dog. So I get it. There's always that connection, right? But even in private schools, guys, let's be real. There's levels. There's what I like to call the upper middle class, the lower middle class, then the so in any lower middle class. Hapana zokunzi we necessarily have generational wealth, but my parents just made it by just enough. Maybe they had like
That's what you are saying. New money.
you know, maybe, right? Ipapo, right? And it's not like new money per se. I want you to understand what I'm saying. New money is we grew up poor, and then somewhere along the line after 2009, maybe around 2013, Zimbabwe and then money started flowing, and then there could be just the normal ngoti. They've always just made it by, you know, they've always had enough money to send to private schools, but not necessarily to say, yo, we left like crazy businesses or whatever.
Okay.
What then happens then?
Okay. So what you're describing are the people who went the corporate route and possibly went to companies that were paying for their school, for the kids' school fees, and, which is why I said the 20% or the 30%, but the rest, my guy. In reality, in all honesty, we're talking about people who have generational wealth, and these are the people who understand the value of sending their child to a private school. There comes so much value of sending your child to a private school. For instance, children are taught general etiquette.
Yeah, at a private school.
Right?
Morning, ma'am, morning, sir, all that stuff.
And already when you walk into a room, you have an advantage. Why? Because you're confident, you're eloquent. People want to connect with you. Before they even ask, so how many A's do you have?
I'm not going to get 3 points.
And that's fine. I think it's time. No. I think we need to reach a point where we stop over exaggerating academic success. I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm educated.
Yes, so. Yay! Today she's the clip one.
How do you clip a person who's not?
I know. They're going to see your face.
Why mine? Will you show your face?
It wasn't supposed to come out like that, but yeah. Academics, great. But not everyone is born that way.
Yeah.
And the moment we realize that and we accept it,
Yes.
the better. Then we will stop having this conversation of, oh, okay, you went to Saints and then look at where you're at now.
Because
No.
you get those things where in maybe about MSU.
Yeah.
And then like, my private, but fanana. Kind of like what happened with the Denzo and Melo. Like, why is that a thing? Why? Like, where does that insecurity come from?
It comes from the fact that we've never sat down to have this conversation.
Who's supposed to sit down?
We are supposed to sit
We are
down.
sitting down already.
We are
Oh, no,
sitting
we
down
are.
now.
Yeah.
We're
But I'm
sitting
saying
down now
To have this conversation.
to have this conversation
So that we
and
correct
air
it.
it out. But in reality,
Yes.
in reality,
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is, as long as you are in a capitalist environment, those that have are thriving. Those that don't have are not thriving. It's simple as that. And I think it's time we snap out of it and just accept that life was never meant to be fair. to start with.
True.
And let's just live. I mean, someone who then brings up the issue of where we learned, I'm taking it now to the relationship side of things.
Yes.
If you bring it up
Yeah.
because you're insecure, because I can stand for myself, I can say things that possibly your previous relationship, no one said that to you. The fact that I care so as to correct you, it means I see potential in you and I'm willing to work through that with you so that when we're out there, you are a better man.
Hey.
I like that.
Hey. Oh my days! Did you digest that?
I did, and I got she made a lot of sense when she said adequate, how we carry ourselves. Most people from the government schools, we grew up in an environment where we are comparing ourselves to the next person, and actually never look at the greater good the person is trying to bring into your life. So that's where the comparison comes in where the second person is like, you learned at a government school, I was at a private school, but now look, we're both at MSU. Like, you should actually be looking at it in the context of, okay, I grew up maybe a bit disadvantaged, but life has brought us here at MSU. So now how do I use this relationship with you that came from the other side of town to make this better for me? I actually love this about our church.
Yeah.
Personally, I grew up, well, my life was crazy. I've been both sides.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, yes, both sides.
I've heard it all, and I've heard nothing. Because
So
my
you
side was more of new money type of stuff.
Yeah.
So my church has taught me, like, there are actually people in better places. Those people she was talking about, the people who own ranches, the people who own farms. So when I
go to church,
yeah.
We
So
go to
when I meet these people, it's more of, okay, I came from a disadvantaged background, but how do I use this relationship to better me? And practically, I'm even here, and things have been actually working out for me because of those relationships from people who came from better backgrounds. So it's more, how do we relate to each other after meeting at different points of life? Yes, there are also certain things as people who grew up from the government side, we can teach the people from the private schools. Because when I'm in town, I can tell when the deal is fake. When there are certain things that don't end up. I've
exactly.
intuition, I'm street smart. So I can no, bro. There's something wrong with this deal. Because, for example, I'm always in town. A person can tell you an iPhone 13, I need 1.2. If you're from the Nali side, you're just like, I do have 1.2, I go and pay 1.2 for the phone. But if you have a friend like me from the other side, I'm like, bro, this thing is now costing $300. You charge times 4 of what you actually need to pay for something. So the way we relate to each other, we must use that relationship to better ourselves.
Absolutely.
And even what you're saying, I've seen videos of those people in the diaspora, for example. But it's not viral that they want to build in Zim. And then they're being told crazy prices. The cement is the $25 per bag. I'm like, dude, it's like 12. You know, because someone will be. So you need that person. And they got streets, man. But now, how do you get, let's say, someone who's from the government school of thought to have that mindset that you have? Because let's be real, maybe it's my observation. A lot of people from that government school thought, hence the reason even that Denzo, do you know what made me? I'm like, they're in Dubai. I haven't been to Dubai. I'm like, dog, you're in Dubai. You with a girl, she's proper. You guys, why does it matter? You've got it now. I'm trying to get there.
A win is a win. You've made it, bro.
I think. Let me add this. The reason why it became a thing, as you so rightfully said in the beginning, there's the complex issue.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but men have a thing of wanting to be an alpha male.
Of course.
Right?
Manly
man. Yes. So when you want to be a manly man, you have to say things that bring this alpha female down.
Okay.
So, by virtue of attending a private school, you're over confident. You know exactly what you want.
Yes.
You articulate yourself well.
Yes.
You have the exposure. And now you're faced with a rather handsome guy. You see the potential. And you are not fazed by what he doesn't have. Instead, you're seeing a person and not what they have. You're seeing them. But this guy can't believe that you're seeing me. So now I need to overcompensate and bring you down to belittle you so that I can show you that I am the man. Hence why he then went on to say, we are at par, we are the same. Just because, and he even pretended not to know which school she attended.
Yeah, cheesy. I'm like
you know exactly what school.
Cheesy PT. It's Pete House.
Yes, like you know exactly what schools this girl attended. But because you want to come across as the man in the relationship, you have to bring
the head of the house.
Yes, you have to bring someone down. And then the ladies, again, we have a tendency of trying to bring ourselves down. So I can come in here and pretend that I know nothing, you know?
No puss.
Yeah.
Now the woods out. No puss. How woods are ghosty? It works. But anyways.
So then now, sometimes you then forget, okay, I said I didn't know this, but I actually know how to use the chopsticks. I actually know how to, so it's no longer a discovery between the two of us.
I've been here, I've done this.
And then it hurts, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not teaching her. Yo.
Yeah. There's that. But anyways, like this saying that goes,
Yeah, oh, yeah, the truth.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's also another thing.
Maybe it was a stunt.
Yeah, maybe it was a stunt. Maybe.
Yeah.
But the stunt, it does show a lot of what's happening within a, because this is the chat for real.
Yeah.
But in our own life, as a guy that I went to bro, I'm never looking at it like I'm always like, why? Because it's always the other side going, hey, Mrugufunga. Do you know I've had situations, even when I'm at school, because I go to school and I'm by MSU, shout out, final semester. Anyways, and they're like, oh, you're so confident what you're saying. And I'm like, no, it's because these are things we're taught. I remember Form 1, we had prefects that would be like, no, Lilites, you have to represent the college, represent the blazer. So it's the thing you get in the world. And they're like, you guys, even when you're defending your dissertation, I'm like, no, it's not about Chirungu. It's just about being because I've gift, I have government, but Asina Chirungu Chiri up there, but he's a confident guy. He knows how to articulate. You can still articulate without having the most advanced English. But
Thanks.
now, when you're at these other schools where either the teachers are not coming, and you don't, there's not enough reliability. There's a girl who's who attend churches who's in upper 6 or something. She's like, hey, one of our subjects, we're not gonna have it. I'm like, why? She goes, that creates that rift. So I get to see with the age, man. That's where the inferiority, whatever complex, points out. So now, because I still feel like there's so much more.
Absolutely, there's so much to unpack.
Another thing, I actually didn't want to have some of my government school because the thing is, Gift is like, he's been both. So I think I've seen Twisisa. I think he's coming from a school of thought and like, no, I understand.
I've been both sides.
Plus, even from the church we attend, he
so
benefits. Like what he's now at that level where he's got that enough self-awareness to say, no, it's actually not that much of a big deal. But I don't want to have a comment.
I think we actually have this situation, me and Psycho. where people ask us, I'm like, dude, these people are just people. There's nothing. They're just
They're
people.
just normal
friendly.
people.
Hi, this is what we're doing. Let's take it A, B, C, D. You need help with this. There's no difference, but like people still have that, I don't know, complex of I can't make it if I go there. The English and stuff. Like it's not even that deep.
It's not even, and you've benefited. Remember what that speech you said, Kuti? That gentleman, the white gentleman, who even took you on a trip.
Yeah,
To blues, dog.
Exposure, because I'm usually locked up in this shop and stuff. But I was like, no, let's go. Let me show you places and stuff. These are ideas. You need to fix A, B, C, D. Have you seen this?
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, where I'm going with my life, this actually benefits me. And they see the potential in me, what she was saying. So they correct me. You need to work on A, B, C, D.
Exactly.
And that correction, bro, not everyone takes it well.
So if you're watching this in your government school, private school, and you still want to have the conversation, hit me up. I definitely still want to, because the reason I wanted to ask, because I'm like, yo, why, man? Why is it a thing, bro? If I meet, for example, a girl, government, and she's open, she wants to learn, and we're in the same place, so to speak,
Okay.
there's no problem. But it seems like it will be, because we're like, oh, so you're speaking in English, masalad, munoto dada, munoto di. And then there are people from private schools that like look down, be like, this person, not very broke apana. I can't be dealing. How can I be seen walking with this person? There's also that, and it happens. I've seen it. Because again, in private schools, the assumption, a lot of people think if you went to a private school, we're all in the same bracket. No, we're not. There's a difference between the gent that went to, actually, I've been picking on Gateway too much, MCC, and the guy that went to Saints. Even in those times, I won't lie, I'm a baby, it was way easier for me than a guy who worked at it. Because, he's from Saints. Even if I got the worst character. The worst, I'm telling you.
The worst grade.
That actually used to happen where, if I see good age, I'm not getting it. I'm like, where'd you learn? I learned at NCC, whatever. I'm like, where'd you? I learned at St. George's. Oh, really? That change. And
I think we still have that classist mentality.
Exactly.
We have to work on that as a people, as a society altogether.
Because people have that. Even in private school, no one's out. I don't know. But I was going to tell me that was it.
My big boys.
School. But my big boys. But now, since now in closing, so Ghosty, I don't know if you've seen on our podcast, but we have this thing where we put people on game. So since obviously you can't then point at the camera, but you just gotta say, let me put y'all on game, and then put people on game on this whole private school, government school issue. If there's someone who's listening, who's suffering from insecurity, or someone who's looking down, like what type of game do you want to put them on that can help them, become better, and so that we all link. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, remember, let me put y'all on game.
All right. But they can't see me. But anyways.
The voice is good enough.
Okay, so.
Let me put y'all on game.
Simply put, be someone who's willing to learn.
Amen.
Be willing to evolve. And lastly, heal. Heal from that trauma. Heal. You can't carry that on till you go to your grave. Heal. Don't pass it on to your kids. Don't pass it on to anyone else. Heal. Thank you for having me.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Especially the healing part.
Oh, the healing part. You want to put people on game too?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let me put you on game. Okay. So let me piggyback on Kiki Nova's point. Yeah, that name, guys. Yo. Let's heal. Right? Let's heal. No one chooses that background. Let's start there. You never choose your background. We are born in situations, and you have to find a way to better yourself and heal your heart. I'll talk about something personal. Something that most people may see as nothing. But never look at the other person and judge, oh, you have an iPhone, what. You judge that person. The difference is the same. You make something so little. But at the end of the day, look at yourself. Why do I have a problem with an iPhone? Then you go and heal. I personally was one of those people. I used to have a Huawei Nova 3i. And I was like, iPhone, I'm gonna pass. It's just a phone. You just press buttons and call. But I grew up and realized it's not the phone, it's not the people. I had the problem. I needed to heal from this problem I had. So I got an iPhone. I got an iPhone 13 straight, the first one. I'm like, yeah, I can feel the difference. Then I started keeping quiet. Then I got a 14 plus. Then I was like, this thing is nice. Then I got the Pro Max. And I was like, iPhone is not the problem. I just needed to heal my heart. Now I don't have problems with phones. So let's heal. And at the end of the day, let's know that life is, the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with other people. Use everyone in your circle to your advantage. The person from the private school, the person from the government school, so that when your brains join, when you guys have seen lives in different ways, you can advise each other so you go far. So that's the game I have for you. But the biggest one, you guys. If you have a problem with Versace, it's not the person who's wearing it. It's not the Versace, it's you. Go and buy the Versace. Then you realize, well, it's not even a big deal at the end of the day. If it's your pronunciation of words, find someone like kicking over here. She can help you. She's going to help me.
But
because
she's a ghosty. But the benefit of being on the podcast, he can get
she's going to help me articulate myself. Then I only have problem with pronunciation and tell people that they're from this background and that background. So let's heal.
Wow. I know, shout out.
Mr. Psycho.
Right.
Put us on game and don't do that thing of watch the podcast.
Yeah, you got me. Okay. Let me put you all on game.
It's the private school.
So, as the representatives of the private school association, we are the elite. I'm joking. Listen. The truth is, like, piggybacking on what both of you are saying, definitely number one, heal, right? And whilst you guys were speaking, I was realizing, do you know even some of our parents, remember the time they grew up, there was Chimrenga, there was war, Kumusha actually. And it's not like they were private school.
Yeah.
They were just like, they were should I say the other side. But then they realized you can grow. So my chat is, take that from what your parents, let's say, did, or be that person that says, you know what, I actually am looking for a better life, but not to then look down on another one and feel like you need to put them down to get up.
True.
You can benefit from each other, like Gift does, where you know I'm benefiting from you, you benefiting from me. Private, we are benefit understood. Do you get what I'm saying? So be able to grow from it, heal from it, learn that there's a lot of things you can actually gain from the other person. Then you find in so many relationships, you might even have the best possible relationship. But that's the biggest thing, like what she said, is are you willing to learn? Are you willing to grow past that ick or whatever?
Are you willing to humble yourself? Because learning from someone needs you to admit that you don't know something.
Exactly. Be able to be wrong. And that's the biggest takeaway I got from this. But more so than anything, like the number one thing you need to get.
I know what he's going to say.
Is you gotta watch the podcast. What are you doing? Watch the podcast. But yeah, you gotta watch the podcast. That's the biggest thing. Out of everything, I watch the podcast. That's because, like you said, we have to have the conversation. But again, this is going to be a continuation, just like the black tax one. See, these things, they tie in. That's why you have the black tax and whatnot. People not afraid. But if you have the conversation, you find even the kids that will watch this, they'll be like, it's not a problem. True. You know, that this person grew up like this. If anything, I can benefit. You know, I remember in high school. And there's a lot of people I know. I have friends with a lot of government school kids. True. Because I was, maybe it's because I'm just social. I'll be like, and I still benefit, like what you're saying, that street smartness where a gift can be like, bro, why are you buying this? Go engage. Because I know what the boys are private here. Rich go down go tenga. But I'm good. No. Not need to use $100. Use 50. And it's the same product. You know? A petty Coca-Cola, it's good at $1.50 shop. It's good at 50 cents up. It's not taking up. But yeah, thank you so much, Ghosty. We would love you to come back. I think people will be like, hey, we need to hear this Ghosty. This is the part where I'm like, you know, where can he come? But Ghosty doesn't want to be known like that. But okay, let's say there's a guy interested who's wealthy enough.
Why did you have to start with wealthy enough?
Our women want money. Let's not lie. We start with the obvious. Because that was broke, you wouldn't, you know.
I hear you. Stereotype us, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, no, I have to. So if he says, can I get in touch with this? She sounds like an eloquent, young, feminine woman. I'm
sure you'll do the noble thing. You will do the noble thing.
You heard it yourself. It's been amazing. Let us know what you guys think about this chat. Tell us. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're private. We've had it. But until next time, God bless and don't do drugs.
Catch you.
Peace, y'all.